Hey guys, welcome to my 18-week vlog. I am back in sunny LA and I'm feeling amazing. It's so good to be home, just to be in our space, and it's just been really lovely to be back with the dogs and our friends, and I'm full of energy and I'm really excited because now for the next 5 months gearing up to having this baby, I get to just be a mama and focus and be with my son. We have such a fun day. We're doing a water play and me class in half an hour after I finish my vlog. So it's just, we go to a little preschool. It's not even really a preschool, it's like a play group. And he has all his little friends there, and because it's so hot here in LA, they do water play. So he gets to interact with water and run under sprinklers, and it's going to be really fun. So I'm so excited about that. And then later today he starts a little soccer. I assume they're not playing soccer games, but they're going to be learning soccer skills, and he loves soccer. And so I'm just in full mum mode and I love it. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. I'm also really excited because last night he slept in his big boy bed. He slept 11 hours, maybe also because he was jet lagged, but he did such a great job. And we've obviously been, I think I've talked about this before, we've been co-sleeping since he was born. So he was always, when he was a little baby, he slept in a co-sleeper. We had the arm's reach co-sleeper. He slept on the side of the bed in that. And then by the time he could roll, we transitioned him out of the co-sleeper into the middle of us. We really practiced safe co-sleeping, and it was wonderful. We slept with the three of us. He was in the middle, but then the older he got, the more we started turning into an H shape. Like my husband and I would be like this, and instead of Bodhi just being in the middle, he would be like, "Wee," and he'd end up with his head on my tummy and his legs on Mark. So we were like stretched out on this bed, and Mark would end up on the edge and I was on the edge. So we'd always try and move him in the middle of the night. But what we realized was that we're having another baby, and so we were gonna have to bring our next son into the bed too. So we really talked about it, and we decided that we haven't had the time to just snuggle in bed, my husband and I, cuddle without having our little man in between us. And so we said, why don't we see how he would go having his own big boy bed next to our bed. So we decided just to give it a go. We didn't know if it was going to work or not. And so in Australia, we were using a mattress on the floor at the bottom of our bed. And I was so surprised that he was staying there. He would come in around, he'd kind of climb up onto the bed around 5:30, 6 o'clock, have a morning breastfeed and fall back to sleep. So that was working pretty well, and I was really impressed with the ease of that transition. And then now coming back, and I know it's just been one night, so I'm definitely I'm prepared, because they may end up being a regression, and he might end up in our bed in the middle of the night again. But last night it was really good because the bed's actually, I'd say, 5 steps away from our bed. And so there was a little bit more separation, but he's right there. And so I fall asleep with him in his bed, and we cuddle and he picks out his stuffed bear. He chooses which animal he wants to sleep with, and we'll snuggle in bed and we'll say goodnight, and he'll fall asleep. And then last night he didn't wake up until 7:30 a.m. And it's been really great because it means that we'll have the newborn in a co-sleeper again. We're all going to be able to room share, which is beautiful, and he's not going to be feeling like he was kicked out of the bed. So it's a really nice time to start this transition for us. And also, I forgot what it's like to actually cuddle my husband in bed. I love cuddling my son so much that I think I forgot what it was like to cuddle my big husband. And it's been really nice because I still get to have my snuggles with Bodhi, and then he falls asleep, and then I get to jump in bed and cuddle with my hubby. And we're bringing another child into our lives, so our time is going to be so split. The more children you add, I think the harder it is to have that really special quality time with each other. And it's about carving out those moments, even if it's when you put them in bed and you have that hour to yourselves after they're asleep, and you get to lie in bed and do Netflix and chill. Whatever it is, I think it's important to pay attention to that. And so that's what we're doing. And it was really nice. And Mark and I woke up really giddy today because it seemed to work, and he seemed to have such a beautiful a beautiful restful sleep, the opposite to restless. And yeah, we're celebrating that. And he was really excited about his bed, and he wanted to tell everyone about his bed, and it was just really nice to see that pride in him. So that's been great, just thinking about the future and the new baby coming. And I had a little tiny baby, an 11-week-old baby, my friend Brooke's baby, come over last night, and I was just breathing him in and snuggling with him and just remembering what it's like to be around such a tiny little baby like that. And I just got so excited. So this past week has been wonderful. We were definitely having a lot of transitions with Bodhi because of the travel, and then having him move out of the bed. But it's been just an incredible week. I had the most beautiful time in Australia, and I just feel very blessed that we have that lovely contrast of being able to go back to Adelaide, where I'm from, and there's this beautiful simplicity about being there and being in nature and being surrounded by my friends from high school, and then coming back out to LA, and then we have this magical kind of life as a family out here. And we're up in the hills, and the air's really fresh, and you hear dogs barking, and I love that. There's a vibrancy to that I just adore. So it's been really nice. We had our 20-week scan, even though I was only 18 and a half weeks. And we were both really nervous. Mark more so than I was, because I've been feeling him kick, and I had been feeling really reassured by his movements and feeling him in there, and I feel very connected to him. And Mark, it's harder for him because he's having this outside perspective of growing this child, and he can't feel the baby kick from the outside yet, and so he's just reliant upon me talking about the baby's movements. And Mark's always been really nervous about scans. He doesn't like them. Once everything's okay, he enjoys it. He loves seeing the baby on the screen, but the anticipation of going into a scan is really overwhelming for him. So I know he didn't sleep at all the night before, and I could just tell he was so focused when we got there, and we were sitting in the waiting room for a little while, and everyone was just so lovely, and it was so nice seeing all these beautiful big pregnant bellies around. And he I caught him doing his breathing techniques, and sure enough we went in, and I just had a really good feeling that everything would be okay. And luckily, thank God, he was so healthy and big and just a beautiful boy. And it's just so nice to feel connected to them in that way, and being able to see what they're doing in there. He was sucking on his thumb, and he was moving his hand out and in and wriggling about. And I understand now why I'm feeling those kicks, because I know where his feet are now. That's exactly where I've been feeling it. So it's just been great. I'm the happiest I've been in a really long time, and just anticipating this baby's birth so much. I just can't wait to bring him into our family and just see who this little being is. So it's been really nice, and I gotta get to a water play and me with my son. So and then we've got soccer after that. gonna be such a fun day. So my belly, oh my goodness, this is not the best top in the world for this. All right, 2 seconds, hang on. All right, there we go. Here's the belly. Yeah, so pretty big. There's the front one, and there's the side. It's a nice big guy. I am now 125 pounds, so I've put on, gosh, what did I start at? 116. Okay, yeah, so about 9 pounds, which is more than my first pregnancy, but I'm on par. I weigh the same as I did in my first pregnancy. So I think it's kind of plodding along in a similar way, and I feel healthy. It's Brody playing with his favorite toy. It's like one of those little rollers with a pig on the end. Yes, I feel healthy and I feel good, and you know, I'm back to enjoying my food, and it's been really lovely. So, all right, guys, I better go. Got all my mummy duties to do today, which I'm excited about. And thank you so much for all the beautiful comments. And we love you. Keep going, and I will see you very soon.